Now on Coast TV News.
Apartment angst. Plans to build a new complex move forward in Georgetown despite a petition.
Beaches stay closed. The perfect storm of rough surf and medical debris keeps our coast off limits.
Pickleball pushback. Why some neighbors in Lewis say new courts would bring more noise than fun.
Funding for the police. The grant's going to one coastal town that will help the boys in blue keep people safe.
And a coastal low will continue to bring us cloud cover, a slight shower threat, and continued rough surf. I'll have details on whether it will put a damper on the rest of your week and weekend.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
A plan to build new apartments in Georgetown is moving forward. The idea, more affordable housing in the area, but it has some rubbed the wrong way. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to Coast TV News at 11. We begin tonight with plans for a new apartment complex getting the green light in Georgetown.
New in Georgetown, that new apartment complex proposal is under review. The Town Planning Commission met tonight to discuss the project over near Calhoun and Savannah Road. As
Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us, some people not too thrilled about the project.
More apartments, more housing for locals. That's the goal with this new project on Calhoun Road that was discussed at the Town Planning Commission meeting Wednesday. However, some people in the area are pushing back. A letter was sent to the members of the Planning Commission stating that the daycare center nearby is strongly against the new apartments. Casey Christoffel is the executive director of the Primeros Pasos Early Learning Center in Georgetown. She says her first priority is the safety of the kids. She collected over 300 signatures for a petition against these apartments and says she has multiple concerns.
I think it's the traffic. I think that parents are waiting to come in. I think the buses are here and there are several cars that pass the buses, which is a hazard to the kids. There's a very little space between all the houses and myself to add 108 apartments and people.
Sharon Cruz is an engineer on this project. She says it will create more opportunities for housing in the area.
So people, it's harder for them to find housing they can afford near where they work. And there is, a huge community here in Georgetown. The town is growing, and there needs to be more housing for the workforce.
What represents a hazard to some represents homes to others, and while it's clear that the opinions on this plan are mixed, the project is moving forward to the next stage of review.
The Town Planning Commission voted yes on this project, but it still has to go through the Town Council. The apartment complex would be built right here in this area behind me, but since there are still a few more details left for the project, there is no set time on when they'd be built or finished. In Georgetown, Brendan Conroy, Coast TV News.
In Ocean City, police confirm an investigation is ongoing into workplace misconduct by 5 police officers. Police say a county charging committee is reviewing findings from the investigation, after which it will make a disciplinary recommendation to the chief. Police say this will take some time. 3 officers were suspended in May over alleged misconduct. What exactly that misconduct was, that has not been publicly disclosed.
Well, beaches are still closed up and down the coast due to a combination of medical waste and rough seas. Maryland authorities confirmed the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, is working with Delaware and Maryland to determine why this medical waste continues to wash up and where it came from. People Coast TV spoke with say this waste washing up is just unacceptable.
You don't want to get stuck with a used hypodermic needle. I guess it's probably even more dangerous if you're in the water, but it's, coming up on the beach. We're seeing people pick things up.
The debris ranges from pill bottles to tubing to those needles.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what do you think caused the medical waste to wash ashore? Let's take a look at the updated results from earlier this evening.
Well, so far, 88% of you think it was illegal dumping. Very few people saying storm runoff, a waste facility error, or unknown source. Most people just think it was illegal dumping.
Now, if you haven't voted in this, you still can do it. You can vote in all of our polls as they come up at coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app.
Let's take a live look now into Ocean City. Our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono, joins us now with a look at the weather. Hey, Chris.
Hey there, Christine and Charlie. Yeah, it was a very gloomy day. We had rain earlier on, not much this afternoon, and we've stayed relatively dry at the coast this evening. Still seeing those winds howl at the coast. Live look from our Irish Eyes cam in Lewis, where it is 70 degrees. Those winds out of the north at about 4 miles an hour. We are dry at the moment. We are tracking our coastal low. You can see it spinning to their east there, but we are seeing high pressure trying to build into the area, trying to dry us out, but we are going to continue to see the cloud cover and some misty, damp conditions through the overnight. Right now, we're at 71 in Bethany Beach, 70 in Seaford, 70 in Milford. As I mentioned, those winds still at the coast, generally gusting between about 15 to 25 miles an hour. Stepping outside tomorrow morning, at the bus stop, as I mentioned, a bit damp, a bit misty, but by the afternoon, we could see some breaks in the clouds, especially across the eastern shore. Best chance of a stray shower will be at the coast. We'll talk more about your rest of the week, as well as a drying trend just in time for the weekend.
Chris? Now, we know this is a ways off, but Ocean City and its Special Events Division has just announced that they're changing the date for SpringFest. SpringFest is the annual 4-day festival, and this upcoming one, it's going to be the 34th anniversary. The event is usually the first week of May, but in 2025, it'll be April 24th through the 27th. They moved this as it fits a little bit better with the town's schedule.
And SpringFest isn't the only big event on the move. Cruise in Ocean City, usually held in late May, will now be held the first week of the month, from May 1st through the 4th. And you can expect more than 3,000 incredible rides, from hot rods to customs to classics and trucks, plus live music, special guests, and more.
The Ocean Pines Association Police Department is getting a little financial help in the way of $61,000 in grant funding. That money will help offset the rising cost of public safety in the town. The grants are handed out by the Governor's Office of Crime Control and Prevention, as well as the Maryland Highway Safety Office. Police Chief Tim Robinson calls the grants, quote, critical in helping us meet the growing needs of our community, unquote. So just what will be in these grants? Well, $3,891 comes from the body armor grant. $4,456 will cover overtime expenses. $35,000 will be used to buy new and advanced body cameras. And about another $15,000 will fund recruitment and retention incentives. There are a few smaller grants as well.
Well, neighbors in Lewis are pushing back on some proposed pickleball courts. Developers of the Anchors Run subdivision are looking to add 91 new lots to the community. They also want to add pickleball courts near the development's clubhouse and pool. Well, some neighbors living on Daggerboard Drive say they were not made aware of these plans until after they closed on their homes. And they also say the courts would be too noisy.
Had we known that pickleball courts were going to be in the plans, we probably would not have selected the lot that we chose, perhaps not even the development.
A discussion and possible decision on those pickleball courts is planned for the Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission's next meeting. That's on September 25th.
The Teamsters Union announced on Wednesday its decision to withhold an endorsement for the 2024 presidential election. The decision comes just 2 days after the union leaders met with Vice President Kamala Harris and months after they met with former President Donald Trump. It's the first time in decades that the union hasn't backed a candidate in the election. According to statements from Teamsters General President Sean O'Brien, neither candidate made, quote, serious commitments to the union, which represents 1.3 million truck drivers, freight workers. But new tonight, some state chapters of the Teamsters have come out to endorse the Harris campaign, including in the key states of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Nevada.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was denied bail by a federal judge Wednesday.
This just 1 day after another judge ruled that the hip-hop artist must remain in federal custody. Cheryl Hubbard has the latest on what happened in court today.
Music mogul and hip-hop artist Sean Diddy Combs has come to be known for having a lot of cash and influence. Now that life of luxury may be working to his disadvantage in federal court. Prosecutors want him detained in custody until trial. arguing that he's a flight risk who has access to millions of dollars. Wednesday, a federal judge rejected Combs' appeal of another judge's ruling that he stay in law enforcement custody.
We made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues.
Here's what Combs' defense is fighting. According to the federal indictment against Combs, he faces multiple charges, including racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation for prostitution.
Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
Combs' family members could be seen entering court Wednesday. His defense argued that Combs would only have contact with female family members and would be put on home detention if granted bail. Also, a $50 million bond on his Miami home. The judge said those things did not provide reasonable assurance Combs will return to court.
I obviously would much prefer to fight this case with him out of jail.
Combs and his attorney maintain that he is innocent. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
We are just getting going here this evening.
Still to come, 50 years of funny. How Saturday Night Live is kicking off a banner season and who will star in the first few shows.
And also save energy and money, the tips and tricks from a workshop held today that can keep your green in your pocket.
Well, we are looking a bit drier, especially in the Bay. Tomorrow, we are going to see some sun try to break through those clouds with temperatures approaching that 80-degree mark, though. We will talk about that coastal storm and how it will impact the rest of the week. Your full forecast is coming up in just 60 seconds.
The excellence of driving a Buick is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience when you own a Buick. Buick, exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get $3,000 purchase allowance on this 2024 Encore GX. That's 10% below MSRP.
Local businesses are the lifeline of every community. And behind every local business is a person with a dream, putting their heart and soul into something they believe in. And when you support a local business, you're contributing to the local economy and making our community thrive. Spicer Brothers has been helping Delmarva families with their home improvement projects for over 20 years. So trust Spicer Brothers with your home, where every dollar stays right here on Delmarva, supporting real local people and their families.
Well, we're halfway there, halfway to the weekend here as we march along, and we were socked into the cloud cover today with a few showers. Live look into Ocean City, where it is currently 71 degrees. Winds at the coast still gusting upwards of 20 to 25 miles an hour. We will stay relatively cloudy through the overnight. Another mild and damp night with some misty conditions. We have that coastal flood advisory continuing through Friday at 3 o'clock. Coastal inundation likely. We are going to see high tide tomorrow at 9/11, so those flood-prone areas are susceptible to flooding, and that coastal flood advisory extends into Dorchester, Somerset, as well as Wacomico counties, and of course down through Comico and then Northampton counties as well. We do have that small craft advisory that continues through 6 on Thursday. Now, highs today 75. We actually hit that high around 8:54 this morning. We were relatively cool with the cloud cover. Record high 92, set back in 91. We had a bout of rain earlier this morning. Most of the coast was dry, just continuing to see that onshore flow. As I mentioned, gusts 20 miles an hour, Bethany Beach, 24 in Ocean City. Free from any rain right now. We have high pressure trying to build into the east, and here's our coastal storm. We have another area of low pressure just to our southeast. That's pushing to the northeast. But this system is going to kind of just meander off the coast here over the next few days. You can see rainfall totals. We were at 2 inches over the last 24 hours in Adamsville, but not much at the coast. So kind of more of a nuisance system than anything else. And you can see rain chances really begin to dwindle over the next few days. Overnight, as I mentioned, a bit on the misty side. Temperatures only falling into the upper 60s. Now, tomorrow we will stay mostly cloudy. I think if anybody sees any breaks in the clouds, it's going to be across the eastern shore. Mostly cloudy at the coast. Friday, I think we will see a bit more in the way of sunshine. If someone sees a shower on Friday, it's generally going to be at the coast. But I think most of the games Friday night are going to be dry. and then we trend drier into the weekend. So a stray shower tomorrow, generally in the mid to upper 70s. I think some of us could maybe graze that 80-degree mark across the eastern shore, but most of us will stay in the mid to upper 70s. As I mentioned, that coastal low kind of just meandering off the coast. It's going to push to the east over the weekend. So the weekend, trending drier and trending sunnier. So that is certainly good news. Wave action, it's been about 4 to 6 feet of waves. Now we are going to see more of a northerly wind by Friday. So I think that wave action will slowly kind of dissipate as that system pushes more out to the east. So we're going to see mid to upper 60s overnight. Again, a stray shower, especially towards the coast. We're drier the further away from the coast you get. Partly sunny on your Friday. There's our umbrella winner, Patty Gata of Milford, Delaware. Congratulations on your Paul Davis umbrella. And there's your Paul Davis 7-Day. We usher in fall on Sunday morning, and it's certainly going to feel like it with that high of 73 degrees.
Cooler out. Thank you, Chris. Delmarva Power in Energized, Delaware hosted a session at the Lewis Public Library today, informing people about ways to save energy in their homes. The fire session explained tips for saving money like weatherizing your home and knowing when to unplug. The nonprofit Energized Delaware is making stops in each county throughout the state at least once a month to bring awareness.
This pulls at my little philanthropic heartstrings because I love being able to get out into the community and talk to everyone about what it is they can do to save money on your light bills. I mean, I feel like utilities kind of get a bad rap in that respect, that they're out to get them, and we're really here to kind of change that narrative.
Johnson says the overall goal is to help locals save money while also being eco-friendly.
NBC's Saturday Night Live will begin its milestone 50th season in just over a week, and we now know who will be hosting the season opener. It'll be actress Jean Smart. She just won her 3rd straight Emmy for Best Actress in a Comedy for her role in HBO Max's Hacks. This will be Smart's first time hosting the show, and she'll be joined by Jelly Roll as her musical guest. The show also announced more hosts and musical guests. On October 5th, Nate Bargatze will host with musical guest Coldplay. October 12th brings Ariana Grande and Stevie Nicks. And on November 2nd, John Mulaney will host with Chappell Roan as the musical guest.
Still to come, tip the wait staff. A new study shows which states are the most generous with their cash. You might like the answer on this one.
And a rate cut. The Fed going for a full half-point trim. What that could mean for your bills.
The bold, creamy smoothness of Hardee's new cold brew coffee with the made-from-scratch goodness of Hardee's famous breakfast. A delicious new way to power your morning. Hardee's, goodness in the making. The Toyota RAV4 Legacy is earned as the best-selling SUV in America. Designed with the capabilities and comfort to tame the trail or road. Right now, get a RAV4 with low 3.99% APR. This is my legacy. Toyota, let's go places.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in appliances, to ensure that you not only get the best product for your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
It's always fun bringing clients into Delmarva Design Center. No matter how much they want to spend, there's always an option for people to pick something that they like.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Welcome to First State Chevrolet, your commercial truck headquarters on Route 113 in Georgetown. We carry the full lineup of Chevrolet medium-duty trucks and low-cab forward models. Our sales staff is professional and ready to earn your business.
Save up to $19,000 on this 2024 low-cab forward dump body.
Save up to $14,000 on this 2023 medium-duty dump.
Stop in or find us on the web at firststatechevy.com.
We are First State Chevy in Georgetown, where we put you, the customer, first. Together, let's drive.
The greatest meal deal for your buck? Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with your choice of 2 full-size favorites, plus fries and a drink. All for just $6.99. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Download the CoastTV News app on your Apple or Android devices. This is CoastTV News at 11.
In financial news, borrowers are about to get relief on everything from mortgages to credit cards. Wednesday, the Federal Reserve announced a supersized interest rate cut. The bold but not unexpected half-point move is the first interest rate cut since March 2020. It marks a crucial milestone in the central bank's historic inflation fight, which kept rates at a bruising 23-year high for more than a year. Only one Federal Reserve official voted against the half-point cut.
You may think you're a good tipper, but what about everybody else in your state? Well, a new report from Toast, the digital platform that a lot of restaurants use, includes some new findings about tipping. They've analyzed all their recent data. And hey, how about this? Delaware, the state with the best tippers. Love to see that. The average tipping percentage is 21.5%. West Virginia, Indiana, New Hampshire, and Kentucky also made the list of states with the highest restaurant tips. As for the lowest, that's California. Toast says its average tipping percentage is just over 17%. Get it together, California.
Well, a Ukrainian drone attack launched overnight succeeded in destroying an ammunition depot in western Russia. A source from Ukraine's security service, SBU, told CNN Wednesday. The Ukrainian drones targeted the Russian Defense Ministry-operated warehouse, which was storing tactical missile systems, guided aerial bombs, and artillery ammunition. Large fires broke out from the drone strikes. Videos circulating on social media, verified by CNN, showed loud detonations and multiple buildings in the depot on fire.
Coming up in sports, a battle between Delaware foes on the volleyball court. Indian River and Delmarva Christian going toe-to-toe.
And up next, Electric Ride. We'll tell you which country now has more EVs on the road than gas-powered cars and their ambition goal for next year.
Well, we're going to continue to deal with the cloud cover tomorrow. An isolated shower chance is possible, especially at the coast. But we are trending drier in the days ahead. We'll take a look at that 10-day forecast a little bit later on.
We salute Mike Todd. Chief Mike Todd stands as a testament to the heart and soul of volunteer fire service. As a third-generation firefighter and EMT with the Ocean City Volunteer Fire Company, he continues a proud family legacy of dedication and service. His journey to becoming one of the assistant chiefs is marked by hard work and unwavering commitment, qualities that resonate deeply within the department. Universally respected, Chief Todd's leadership not only ensures operational excellence, but also fosters a supportive environment for all personnel.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Track the storm with CoastTV First Alert Weather.
Mediacom Mobile. You'll love the service and the savings. Unbeatable nationwide coverage. Unlimited data. Unbelievably affordable. Switch and save 30% or more over the top 3 mobile providers. Get unlimited mobile for just $40 per line per month. Bam. No hidden fees, no contracts. Switching is cake. Keep your phone, keep your number, everything you love, except the big bill. Mediacom Mobile. Call or shop online.
The excellence of driving a Buick is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience when you own a Buick. Buick. Exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get $3,000 purchase allowance on this 2024 Encore GX. That's 10% below MSRP.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Join us for the Kickoff to Savings sales event going on right now at Preston Ford. Get $12,000 in savings off MSRP on select 2023 Ford F-150s. Save $9,000 off MSRP on a new 2023 Ford Bronco Badlands. These are just some of the deals. Explore a huge inventory online at PrestonFord.com. With over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot, we're sure to have the perfect vehicle for you. Preston Ford, located at the corner of Route 318 and 331. Remember, cars cost less in Preston.
Foul odors, discolored water. Are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Norway has reached a major milestone.
It is now the first country to have more electric vehicles than it has pure gas-powered cars on the road. The Norwegian Road Federation says of its nearly 3 million registered passenger vehicles, 26% are fully electric. That is slightly higher than the gas vehicles.
Now, diesel is still the most common, making up 1/3 of vehicle registrations, but the Road Federation believes EVs will outnumber diesel by 2026.
Meanwhile, Norway appears to be on track of meeting its goal to end all new gas and diesel vehicle sales by, get this, just next year.
Well, the Department of Justice is suing the owners of the Dolly, the container ship that caused the Key Bridge collapse in Baltimore. Mary Bell Gonzalez tells us why the feds say this deadly crash could have been prevented.
More than $100 million. That's what the Department of Justice is seeking from the two corporations that owned and operated the Dolly, the container ship that crashed into and destroyed Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge in March. The agency filed a civil lawsuit against Grace Ocean Private Limited and Synergy Marine Private Limited.
We allege that the Dolly's owner and operator recklessly cut corners in ways that risked lives.
In the lawsuit, prosecutors claimed the 213 million pound ship had long-standing problems, including makeshift braces for electrical transformers, which broke the night of the collapse, causing the ship to go dark. The DOJ says the penalty is to cover the costs of the government's response to the bridge collapse and cleanup of the wreckage.
The work was complex, costly, time-consuming, and at times dangerous.
In a statement, a spokesperson for Synergy Marine Private Limited says, quote, "We do look forward to our day in court to set the record straight." And while it's unclear if the DOJ will pursue criminal charges, the families of 3 of the 6 immigrant construction workers killed in the collapse are seeking justice of their own.
6 men who had come to this country with dreams of a better life, better future. That future, tragically, was stolen from them.
They're asking for compensation, calling the company's actions negligent. I'm Mary Bell Gonzalez reporting.
We have some sad news out of the Salisbury Zoo. The zoo is mourning the loss of its 7-year-old spider monkey, Dweezil. You can see that monkey on your screen right now. The zoo says Dweezil was injured in a fight with his brother. And despite life-saving efforts from zoo staff, he died after complications from surgery. Officials say though male spider monkeys will sometimes fight, the monkeys had not fought in almost a year, and the zoo says there were no signs of aggression in the days leading up to this. His brother is still on exhibit.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
It's time to head to the volleyball courts for 2 Delaware squads. Delmarva Christian at home, hosting Indian River, both coming off victories earlier in the week. Indian River in green, Delmarva Christian in white, first set action. IR setting up, but it's blocked back down by Katie Jones and Elena Milloway. Great defense at the net, earns a score for the Royals. Later in the set, Milloway says, "Get out of the way," destroys this ball for the kill. The Royals win the opening set 25-20. on to the second set. Tied at 15 apiece, Leilani Ellers pokes it over and grabs another IR point. Indian River would win set 2, 25-21 to tie the match back up. In the third, back come the Royals. Milloway again with a devastating swing, helping lead Delmarva Christian to a 25-15 set win and a 2-1 lead. The Royals trying to clinch in the fourth, and the Milloway show continues. Same spot, same result. The senior leads the way in a convincing 3-1 victory for Delmarva Christian. And make sure to subscribe to DSN Plus so you don't miss action like the 4 live games we had tonight. And once you're subscribed, you won't miss any of our live content on the DSN app or on our website. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night, everyone.
Up next, craft beers, moonshine, brewfest, breaking out the beverages for a good cause.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Your Ford dealer presents America's all-time best-selling SUV, Ford Explorer. The intelligent Ford Expedition. The fun, fuel-efficient Ford Escape. Want more? Visit your local Ford dealer. Now get Ford Explorer or Expedition for as low as 2.9% financing plus up to $2,500 cash back.
Rural communities are on the front lines of a changing climate. Farmers can implement climate-smart practices that improve soil health, nutrient management, and energy efficiency. These practices improve our profitability, resiliency, and help to open new markets.
We know voluntary conservation works and are committed to working with farmers and forest landowners to leverage resources to increase climate resiliency through conservation practices. To learn more about climate-smart practices, scan this QR code to find your local USDA service center.
Excitement comes standard with the Honda Accord, and so does a turbocharged engine. Sophisticated, high-tech, style that enhances functionality. Stand out with the Honda Accord. From Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Contact your Honda dealer today or shop online.
Here at the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in countertops, to not only ensure you get the best product to fit your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
When I came into the Delmarva Design Center and see that big collection of slabs, that makes really the decision seamless.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
In 1925, a simple bank ledger began journaling the transactions of life in Willards, Maryland. New houses, barns, and farm equipment. Growing families and businesses both big and small. A record through time of hardship and prosperity. 100 years ago, the founding of the Farmers Bank of Willards was vital to the town. 100 years later, banking has changed, but the Farmers Bank remains steadfast in its original mission, keeping and reinvesting millions of dollars right here for the benefit of our communities.
Beer lovers, get excited. This one's for you. This weekend is the second annual 86 Hook and Ladder Brew Fest. It's happening Saturday from noon to 4 at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center. You can try local craft beers, moonshine, and food, and all proceeds benefit the Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company.
As we take a live look into Dover from our Bay Health Cam, it is 72 degrees, dry, damp evening there. Temperatures falling right around that 69-degree mark. As we take a look at the forecast for tomorrow, waking up to temperatures in the 60s, a lot of cloud cover, especially at the coast. I think if we see any breaks in those clouds, it's going to be the further you are away from the coast, and could see a stray shower at the coast through the afternoon. Could touch that 80-degree mark, especially across the eastern shore tomorrow afternoon. As we take a look at that 5-day UV index, 5 tomorrow, we're at a moderate level. And you see we bump up there as we expect some sunshine by the weekend. And you get your forecast at any time by calling 443-880-9100. It's sponsored by Bard Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico. As we take a look at your 10-day forecast, we are trending drier through the weekend, which is very good news. We usher in fall Sunday morning, and check out those highs by Monday, only 70 degrees.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11.
For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, that's coming up next.
Hope to see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night, everyone.